So I just watched Obsession, and it was pretty great. Obsession was written, directed, and edited by Curry Baker, and follows Bear, an introverted man who has a crush on a girl named Nikki, and he innocently makes a willow wish that she loves him, and it goes horribly wrong when she loses all autonomy. I have to say, this film would not work if not for the great performances by Michael Johnston, and in particular Inde Navarte, I believe is how her name is pronounced. She was absolutely fantastic, and the whole film kind of hinges on her performance, and she knocked it out of the park. She is so creepy and funny, and yet also she's a very tragic character at the same time, and she conveys all this perfectly. She is by far the standout performance of this film. She did a fantastic job. Very interested to see and excited to see where her career goes from this, because she knocked it out of the park in this film. But yeah, Michael Johnston also did a good job. He sells his character well. And really all the characters are pretty good in the sense of that they're written good. There's a lot of issues going on within this friend group, but that really just adds to the incredible story of the film. But is it scary? Yeah, it's pretty freaky. It's a really intense movie throughout, and the jump scares are really well executed, and they're not cheap at all. They feel very, very earned, but still kind of unexpected. And again, all of this kind of hinges on Inde's performance, which again, she nails. But yeah, this film is very intense, and really, as soon as the wish is made, the film's whole vibe just changes, and it becomes very intense and very uncomfortable. I felt very uncomfortable watching this film, and I mean that as a compliment, because I was very unsettled by this film. It was really great. I'd say if I had to levy any criticisms toward this film, I'd say that the sound design was a bit loud at points, to where you couldn't really make out some of the dialogue. So there was just some lines that I missed, and it didn't bother me too much though. This doesn't happen frequently throughout the film. It's just something that I kind of picked up on, and it could very well just be the mix in the theater that I was in. I wasn't at my regular theater. Going back to the film's scare factor though, a lot of this also is attributed to the way that the film is shot. It uses shadows in a very cool way. Whenever the wish is made, the Nikki character is almost entirely shot in shadows, it feels like, and it really adds a lot to that uncomfortable, eerie sort of feeling that the film has. And yeah, there's just a lot of good cinematography going on. And one thing that I really liked about this film is its what it has to say on abuse and power dynamics. There is a portion of the film where you're kind of on Bear's side. Then at a certain point, you kind of switch up on him a little bit. There's a very good scene in the film that I won't spoil where it's like, whoa. And it kind of made me look back on the film and think like, all right, at what point did this mindset start coming in? It's a really good scene, and really good character. This Bear character is very good. I will say the talk on this film on Twitter, which I shouldn't be looking at Twitter and taking it seriously, but I feel like people are giving Bear way too much flack. Like, I understand that he's not really in the right, but like, are you really blaming him for doing a wish thing? Like, in what world would you possibly think that would work and that the results would be this? Anyways, I guess, I'm not going to say too much on all that. Just, watch the film for yourself. It's really spectacular. I'd recommend you watch it. And yeah, Curry Baker, I've watched a lot of his skits before this. And I also watched his short film, The Chair, before I knew that it actually was Curry Baker. And I have to say, I wasn't a huge fan of The Chair. I thought it was too long for a short film. But, all that aside, super strong directorial debut from Curry Baker. I thought this was a fantastic film, and I recommend you watch it. And I'm giving Obsession a 9 out of 10. But someone's handing me a paper here. What's this? Bonus review. What? I'm also going to be reviewing The Punisher: One Last Kill. The Punisher: One Last Kill was directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green and follows Frank Castle as he's about to put away the Punisher mantle, but someone from his past ropes him back in. So the first half of this film, if you can call it that, I mean, it's technically feature length. It's like 50 minutes, so I'm just going to call it a film. But yeah, the first half was awful, just very bad. And I want to be honest, I've never seen the Punisher show. The only Netflix Marvel show I've seen is Daredevil. So maybe there's just something in this film that just hinges on me watching the show that I'm missing. But the first half was just very bad, in my opinion. And I was kind of thinking that the movie was going to be bad because of it. But the second half really locked in. Once the action starts, the movie started to pique my interest. I just kind of wish the whole movie was just an hour-long action scene. I feel like that'd be way more fitting for the runtime than this like first half, being like this character drama, second half big action scene. I just feel like the character stuff wasn't there. There wasn't enough time for it. And this villain character was not convincing to me at all. But again, maybe there's context I'm missing from the show, but as far as I know, there's really not. But I will say Jon Bernthal gives a great performance, as always. He's kind of a Clint Eastwood-esque actor where he just kind of has one character that he plays very well. And I really enjoyed Jon Bernthal's performance as the Punisher. As always, he's great in Daredevil and Daredevil Born Again, and he's great here. The action is really good. I really don't know. I wish that these fight choreographers and cinematographers were there for Daredevil Born Again, because it's way better here. The action is way better here than it was in Daredevil Born Again. Like the action is very visible. You can clearly see it. And I thought the action was really good. There's some shots making some rounds on Twitter. Again, I shouldn't be taking Twitter seriously, but this is kind of a goof on Marvel's part, where there's some very clearly unfinished CGI that's being used, and it's so noticeable that I'm surprised that it made Final Cut. It literally looks like a video game, and I'll put the shot up here. But yeah, there are some funny moments. I'm not sure if it was meant to be funny, but it's just the extreme metal music that they played. It just seemed a little bit goofy. Maybe that wasn't meant to be funny, but I found it funny. So yeah, I thought this was an enjoyable film. It's only an hour long. Check it out if you want to. Again, first half not that great, but the action is really good and really makes up for it. So I'm giving The Punisher: One Last Kill a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching the video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you later.
And there's not another human in view. And